The year was 1999, the summer of the turn of the century. Sunlight filtered through the dense leaves, casting dappled shadows across the playground. A girl in a white dress named Fang Hui quietly entered the world of this high school as a transfer student. Introverted and reserved, she was a girl of few words, who never initiated a conversation. This sense of detachment from her surroundings seemed to build an invisible wall around her. It was precisely this unique, aloof aura that immediately caught the attention of a group of boys led by Chen Shun. Chen Shun's curiosity was piqued by this mysterious newcomer. Driven by a youthful competitive spirit, he immediately made a bet with Qiao Ran and Zhao Ye to see who could be the first to get Fang Hui to speak. To win this seemingly simple bet, Chen Shun played a little trick. He deliberately left his name off his history workbook. When Fang Hui, acting as the class monitor, asked softly and shyly at the front of the class, "Whose history assignment is missing a name?" Chen Shun raised his hand with a cheeky grin, and even pushed his luck by asking Fang Hui to write his name in for him. Faced with this slightly flippant provocation, Fang Hui simply tossed the workbook onto his desk in annoyance and turned away. Chen Shun's first attempt ended in total failure, earning him ruthless mockery from his friends. But little did he know, the gears of fate had already begun to turn for these two starkly different individuals. In real life, many stories of our youth begin with a pointless bet or a childish joke. Chen Shun's initial approach didn't stem from love at first sight, but from a uniquely teenage desire for conquest and curiosity. Soon after, the class blackboard bulletin ranked dead last in the school evaluation. The teacher called out the students by name in class and asked Chen Shun as the class monitor if he had any suggestions. Chen Shun's eyes scanned the classroom, finally fixing on Fang Hui in her quiet corner. He recommended to the teacher that Fang Hui take over as the new publicity officer. While it seemed like he was just passing the buck, it was actually another opportunity he created to get closer to her. After school, Fang Hui approached Chen Shun on her own for the first time. The hint of interrogation in her voice, "So you're finally willing to talk to me?"
"I can't take on this task."
Despite her verbal refusal, Fang Hui ultimately acquiesced. Drenched in sweat from basketball, Chen Shun ran back to the classroom, claiming he had forgotten his workbook. The moment he pushed open the door, the scene before him became a frame frozen forever in his memory. The golden light of the setting sun filtered through the window, gently illuminating the girl in white. The breeze stirred her hair, and the air was thick with chalk dust and the unmistakable scent of youth. In that confined space, an inadvertent glance and an accidental brush of fingertips allowed an ambiguous romance to quietly brew. To catch Fang Hui's eye, Chen Shun did something even bolder and more reckless. One dark and windy night, he secretly climbed through the window into the classroom and scrawled a line on the blackboard, "Fang Hui likes Chen Shun." The next morning, when Fang Hui walked into the classroom and saw those words, she stood frozen in shock. The whispers and knowing looks from the whole class were like countless fine needles, leaving her flushed with unbearable shame. For a girl who was naturally introverted and hypersensitive, being thrust into the center of such gossip was deeply wounding. She slumped over her desk, her aggrieved tears soaking through her sleeves, having even forgotten to eat breakfast. Seeing this, Qiao Ran, who had always watched over Fang Hui in silence, was deeply pained. Instead of joining the others in their jeering, he quickly grabbed the eraser and wiped the words off the blackboard. Meanwhile, the instigator Chen Shun sat in his seat with a sense of anticipation, watching for Fang Hui's reaction. He had no idea how much distress his supposedly romantic gesture had actually caused her. During the flag-raising ceremony that followed, having cried all morning and skipped breakfast, Fang Hui fainted on the spot due to hypoglycemia. As the flag-bearers, Chen Shun and Kyle, ran almost at the exact same moment, abandoned their duties and rushed to carry her to the infirmary. They left the principal's shouts far behind. The school doctor diagnosed her with hypoglycemia and sent them to get some food. Qiao Ran volunteered and hurried out, leaving only Chen Shun and Fang Hui in the infirmary. Chen Shun finally realized that his actions had hurt Fang Hui. He apologized tentatively, yet tried to make amends in his characteristically overbearing way. "How about this, Xiao? Tomorrow morning I'll write Chen Shun likes Fang Hui on the board to join you."
"Don't write it."
Citing this opportunity, Chen Shun finally summoned his courage and launched a direct confession. He pressed her relentlessly, stubbornly demanding to know if she liked him. Just as the tension peaked, the doctor walked in and interrupted them. Asking for Fang Hui on one side was Chen Shun's relentless questioning. On the other was the doctor waiting for confirmation under this double pressure. Fang Hui whispered that single word almost subconsciously.
"Yes."
In that moment, a tacit understanding was formed between them. The entire world seemed as if bathed in a soft, gentle filter. By the time Qiao-ran returned breathless and laden with snacks, he was unaware that he had completely missed that crucial moment. All he saw was the two of them caught in a somewhat awkward tension. Chen Shun's way of pursuing her was full of the assertiveness and egocentrism typical of boys in that era. He didn't know how to be considerate of Fang Hui's introversion and sensitivity, insistently expressing his affection in his own way. In her passive life, Fang Hui needed someone like Chen Shun, an assertive intruder, to break the status quo. As for Qiao-ran, while his gentleness and protection were indeed beautiful, his very restraint meant he was always destined to be one step too late. On the final night before the turn of the century, Chen Shun took Fang Hui and their friends to the Ga, most fashionable entertainment venue of that era, the skating rink. Amidst the retro lights and booming music, they let their youthful hormones run wild. But an unexpected collision unearthed a painful secret from Fang Hui's past. Fang Hui was accidentally knocked down by a local thug. Recognizing her, he began to provoke her with a barrage of foul insults. Chen Shun's temper flared instantly in a bid to defend Fang Hui. A chaotic brawl broke out. Outnumbered and overwhelmed Chen Shun was soon pinned to the ground and beaten. Seeing this, Qiao-ran and Zhao Yi immediately jumped into the fray. The skating rink instantly descended into total chaos. Watching Chen Shun getting beaten black and blue for her sake, Fang Hui was consumed by guilt and terror. In a moment of desperation, she summoned all her strength and screamed at Chen Shun through the melee, demanding a breakup. But to the adrenaline-fueled Chen Shun, this heart-wrenching cry for a breakup sounded like the most moving confession of all. As if jolted by a sudden surge of energy, he was instantly galvanized and fought back with everything he had. After the fight, without stopping to ask questions, he grabbed Fang Hui's hand and ran at a deserted street corner. Fang Hui finally broke down in tears and revealed her past. It turned out she was relentlessly pursued by a thug named Li He before transferring later. Li He was beaten to death during a conflict while trying to protect her. Since then, Li He's associates held her responsible for his death, forcing her to wear mourning clothes and bear the guilt of killing their brother, trapping her in endless harassment and fear until she was forced to transfer. Hearing this grim and heavy past, Chen Shun's heart ached for her as he solemnly apologized to her.
I'm sorry, don't ever say those 3 words to me again. It makes it feel as though you owe me something.
At that time, Chen Shun didn't yet grasp the deep-seated insecurity behind her words. He only knew that he had to protect this girl. In the middle of the square, he shouted Fang Hui's name over and over, as if trying to dispel all the shadows in her heart with the power of his voice. And Fang Hui called back to him time and time again. As the countdown to the new millennium reached its end, brilliant fireworks erupted across the night sky. Beneath the glowing sky, Chen Shun and Fang Hui closed their eyes and shared their very first kiss. That kiss was a promise, a comfort, and the most searing mark of their love. As they entered their second year of high school, their bond grew even steadier. 5 friends went to school together and even took a trip to the seaside. The canvas of their youth was painted with the sounds of their carefree laughter. By the sea, Zhao Yi mustered up his courage, suggesting he and Lin Jiamo write the names of the people they liked on the sand. Full of hope, he wrote down Lin Jiamo, but when he turned around, he saw that she had written the name Sukai. Sukai was the one who had helped them out at the rink, known for his incredible skills. Like a boy straight out of a manga, Zhao Yi could only smile bitterly and erase the words in the sand, pretending that it was all just a harmless game. Qiao-ran, on the other hand, poured his deepest love for Fang Hui into an essay titled A Clove Flower. He likened Fang Hui to a clove blossom, writing of the awe he felt when they first met, and how he had once quietly searched for a 5-petaled clove, a symbol of happiness. He had never found the courage to give it to her. At the end of the essay, he wrote, "If this 5-petaled clove is truly magical, I would rather take my own happiness and give it all to her." This essay won him the new concept writing competition, marking both the beginning and the end of his unrequited love. Chen Shun also expressed his love in his own way by writing a song for Fang Hui, titled Fleet of Time. One night he called her in high spirits, wanting to sing it to her, but after just a few chords, the phone was snatched away and hung up by Fang Hui's father. Their puppy love was finally exposed, leaving Fang Hui's father in a rage. He began monitoring her, strictly escorting her to and from school every day. At school, they were forced to become the most familiar strangers. As for that song written only for her, she never got to hear it in its entirety. The pressure of senior year soon followed to prepare for the Jiukao. They temporarily set aside their romantic feelings. After the graduation photos were taken, Chen Shun took Fang Hui and their friends to the poplar trees on campus. There they each carved their vows deep into the bark. He promised Fang Hui that they would get into the same university and never be apart.